Hi, we're Andy and this is Catherine Kennedy. We've got a great, exciting opportunity to tell you all about.
Yes, there is a fantastic course coming up at LifeChurch starting in April, which is really for parents, grandparents, and anyone really who has a heart for passing on faith to the next generation. Watch this.
Wouldn't it be great if helping our children find faith was as straightforward as giving them a magic pill?
The Veggie Pill. Big brains, big hearts, and everlasting faith, all in one tiny bite. Only $9.99 from all participating retailers.
Well, it doesn't work like that. It's better. God designed a way for our children to meet and know Him. It happens in the ordinary, everyday, mundane bits of life. And we, as parents, get to be the most significant part of that, just as we are. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, godparent, friend, or family, the Parenting for Faith course is here to help you share the reality of a life lived with God.
My name is Minu. I'm married to Jez and we have two children, Charlie, who is 11 years old, and Zoe, who is 8 years old. I did the Parenting for Faith course predominantly because I am a parent and a Christian. As a Christian, my faith is the most important thing in my life. It's integral to who I am and what I do, and I would love our children to come to know a deep and authentic relationship with Jesus. So the thing that I took away most from the course was actually around prayer. Rachel was really good at explaining about how prayer can actually feel quite inaccessible to children, that it feels like it's something that has to be done in a certain way or using certain words, and we know that's not the case with prayer, that prayer is from the heart and it's chatting to God. And so she challenged us all to go and spend some time chatting to God like we would normally do, but to do it in front of our children so that they can see how natural it is. And so last Mothering Sunday I decided to do that, did bedtime with the children, had a little story time, and then at the end I just decided to start chatting to God, telling God about my day, and it was lovely to see the intrigue that the kids had about what I was doing. With a bit of prompting they joined in, which was wonderful to see. I think it was probably the first time they'd done that, and then I went to tuck in my daughter Zoe. And while I was tucking her in, I could hear Charlie talking. So once I tucked her in, I went back to Charlie. And when I got into his room, Charlie very excitedly proclaimed that, Mummy, I've been talking to God and I was telling him how awesome he is. And Mummy, I think you should tell God how awesome he is too, because I think that would really encourage him. And it was just such a lovely experience from seeing the children just observe what it's like to talk to God and how it doesn't have to be fancy or complex. It's just chatting to him like a friend, seeing them ask questions about what was taking place, and then obviously that lovely moment where they then take it on for themselves and are talking to God directly as well. So I would 100% recommend the course, and yeah, definitely a really good way of just naturally incorporating faith into your lives.
Hi. Taryn and I chose to do Parenting for Faith just to help us in raising our daughter Emily, who's 7 years old. I was raised in the church, and I often didn't really have a connection between church and the rest of the week, the rest of life. And so what Rachel has done so well is just made it natural for parents to, she calls it framing our Christian walk, our life with Jesus, helping our child frame that life in our normal everyday life. One of the things that she kind of encouraged us to do is like open up our quiet time, our prayer time for our daughter for Emily to see. And I did this. What I did is I left my office door open in the morning. I knew my daughter would get up around 6:30 in the morning. I would leave the door open and I would just be with my Bible. I'd be praying, and she'd come in all sleepy and cute and sit on my lap and just ask what I was doing. And I would share with her what God was speaking to me that morning, what part of the Bible I was in, what story, I was reading and meditating on and praying for, and it was just this really precious time, and I think our quiet time is like our time to connect with God. But when you have a child that often has no idea what you do in there or what you're doing when you say you pray and you meet with God, it's just a great opportunity for her to see it lived out daily.
So the Parenting for Faith course will run from Thursday the 28th of April through till Thursday the 23rd of June.
We're going to have a break in the half-term week as well, just to warn you. The first one is going to be in person here at the LifeChurch building, as will the last one, but the rest in between will be on Zoom.
So sign up. You can sign up at the Connections desk or through Church Suite. It's going to be awesome. We'd love to see you there.
Absolutely.